Welcome back, everybody, to an all-new Fast Food Pit Stops. I'm your host, Justin. I'm here at Subway for the first time, if you can believe it, on the channel. Now, every now and then, Subway comes out with something new and exciting, and that's exactly what brought me out here today to check it out. Their brand new autumn carved turkey sandwich. I can't wait. Of course, Subway, you have everything assembled right in front of you. And right here at the Forest City, North Carolina location, they did an excellent job inside. The store was super clean. In the autumn spirit, fall, my favorite season of the year, I went ahead and got 2 of their new limited edition cookies, their pumpkin spice, and also their apple pie. Total for this came out to $9.61. Let me break it down. The foot-long carved autumn turkey sandwich was $8 for a foot-long, $6.75 for a 6-inch, so $1.25 extra to get another 6 inches on it. It's the cheapest 6 inches you'll get in town. And then they had a 3 cookies for $1. So I ended up just getting 3 cookies, 2 of the apple pies because they looked fantastic. So you're definitely paying for a specialty sub on this, and the little cookies add a little bit extra to the total, but still under $10 for a pretty generous meal here. Definitely gonna have some leftovers. Look at how hefty this looks, right? Wow. Foot-long autumn carved turkey sub. Now, of course, Subway does bake all their bread in-house. They actually ship in their pre-frozen little loaves of bread of the different varieties, and they do bake them here. So they're definitely not in the back with a big old blender whipping up the flour. They're definitely taking that pre-frozen bread, pre-frozen meat, and pretty much just warming stuff up. I don't do a lot of reviews clearly on Subway, and I don't really go to Subway a whole lot in my personal life. And when I'm in the mood for a really good sandwich, Subway isn't always my go-to, but I think on this sandwich, I came here today not to rag on it, not to be biased about it, but to check it out, give Subway a second chance, and see what it's all about. If you've been following this channel for a long time, you'll know that whenever I order anything, I get it just the way it's made. I don't ever take away anything, add anything. I get it just the way you'd get it, just the way they advertise it, and that's what we've done here. So it starts off with a 9-grain whole wheat roll. And of course, they've added their carved turkey, which they introduced in the sandwiches earlier this year as an option to their turkey, which they also have the regular little thin slice, kind of watery turkey. And you can see they put spinach, and there's some tomatoes, and then of course red onions. There's some cheddar cheese. I did have them toast the sub for me. That's the way that it shows it's advertised as toasted, and I think that the cheese would definitely melt on there better. See all that cheese? Look. Ooh, God, it does look good. It smells good. Now, to top the whole thing off, they take a cranberry mustard sauce and they just kind of douse it on top of it. And it almost kind of looks like a vinaigrette a little bit. First bite, big bite of the Subway autumn carved turkey sandwich here for a limited time. Woo! I should have gotten a drink with this. Oh, the old reach behind the seat and grab whatever's closest. I'm glad I have a water bottle on this one. So first impressions on the sandwich, the bread is nice and soft and very fresh tasting. Got all the greenery in there. I'm telling you, when I took that first bite, that big bite, I immediately sunk my teeth right into that nice looking tender turkey. Let's go ahead and take another look at that here. Let's pull one of these out. You see that? You can tell that it's that carved turkey, not that processed junk that they form into a mold. Of course, they're not carving it here fresh. That's why I like places sometimes like Jimmy John's or Blimpie's, for instance, or of course Quiznos, where they slice it fresh on site. Subway hasn't really caught up to that. And I think that my first bite here on this, yeah, the turkey is very dry. You know, it has a really good look to it. But then, of course, it's combined with all that spinach, right? And then you have, you know, the really nice kind of garden variety. And this is definitely, I think, or at least for me and my taste, we're like a mayonnaise-based sauce or like a creamy, something to kind of break it up, loosen it up, make it super creamy, and make it go down the throat a little bit easier. Let me give it a shot. I feel like I'm chewing a sock. Really got to work through it. Regardless of my reaction, the sandwich itself has a really good, nice turkey flavor to it. Very fresh tasting. And again, though, is just missing that element that I guess I was hoping that the cranberry mustard might have added, which was sort of that creaminess effect. Now, of course, the cranberries are sort of sweet and tart, and the mustard is supposed to have that really bold kick right between it. You know, and I can sort of see here, there seems to be like a little mustard seed or something in the sauce. See how it sort of glistens all over the spinach? That's that cranberry mustard sauce they're adding to it. Let me give it another bite here. Ooh, that was a tonsil tickler. Definitely, I think the onions are overpowering, and I like onions on some things, but the onions with the turkey and the cranberry, it's a little bit too much for me. I guess I just don't necessarily like exactly what they chose to put on the sandwich, the way that it's advertised. I think I would have, like I said, added either a creaminess, sort of a dressing to it alongside sort of a tart cranberry. 86 the onions for sure. I don't mind onions in some things, but with this sandwich, it doesn't belong. The cheese is completely indiscernible. It's drowned out by everything else. The turkey on this is pretty dry, definitely. The tomatoes are just tomatoes. And really the cranberry mustard sauce didn't really come through the way that I had hoped. You can see it there sort of soaked on the back of that, right? As we drop an onion. See how it's just kind of like a thin sauce? On a scale of 1 to 10 for the Subway Autumn carved turkey sandwich, I'd have to rate it like a 4. I mean, it's typical Subway for me, just that sort of that prepackaged taste of the meat. It wasn't really anything super stellar. It looked really good. It looked great when they made it here in the store. There was nothing wrong with how it was made. Remember now, I got the 3 for $1 deal going on here. Any 3 cookies for $1. They had about a dozen different cookies to choose from. And I got 2 of the apple pie and also 1 of the pumpkin spice. And that looks like that's what that one is there. So we're gonna try that one first. Pretty nice size to it. Good looking cookie, especially for 33 cents. Not bad. See that? That's what I like to see in a cookie. It's nice and soft, not too soft, certainly not too hard where it's crumbling away. I lost not an iota of a crumb on that when I tore it apart. I love that. Here we go. Pumpkin spice cookie from Subway, limited time. And you can smell it. Oh man. Got that really nice pumpkin smell to it. Very nice fall flavor. It's real kind of gooey in the middle. You see that? Just how I like it. Sort of done out there on the edges. Nice and soft in the center. Breaks apart evenly. God. Man, that's a good cookie. Whoa! Pumpkin spice cookie, getting an 8. And of course, last but not least, the apple pie cookie that has a little bit of chocolate on it. I think it was touching another cookie in the tray there. See all the, looks like little apple pie chunks in there. There's the back side. Looks pretty good. It feels about the same as that last cookie. A little bit soft in the center. Nice and done on the ends. Exactly how I love a cookie done. Let's tear it apart. Let's see if we lose anything. Boom. See that? The perfect cookie test. Put it together. Take it apart. Looks good. Definitely has a real apple smell again with the cinnamon. Very fall-like. Oh man. Woo-wee! God, fire! You guys, no joke, no BS. This cookie, the apple pie cookie, this is the one. This is the one that you need to run, not walk out to Subway to check out. This thing is getting a total 10. It is absolutely fantastic. It has exactly the right amount of spices in it, the consistency, the flavor, the value. Oh, these little apple chunks that are in here, take a look. That little piece of apple, that's a real piece of apple. And when you bite into it, it tastes like a little fruit gummy, like a little gummy bear. It just explodes in your mouth. The apple flavor, the cinnamon, the sugar. It's sweet, it's savory, and honestly, it tastes exactly like an apple pie. Wow! You guys, we're almost up to 10,000 subs. I can't even believe it. I definitely have a 10,000 subs spectacular coming up. So let's hit 10,000 really soon. Hit that like, subscribe, and share button. I love my fan base. I love all of you. I read all of the comments, all of the haters, all of the lovers. Thanks again to everybody for checking out another great review here on Fast Food Pit Stops. I'm your host, Justin. You know you love it. You came back for some more of it. I'll be back for another fast food review. Bye, everybody.